$19.89. You're getting all 4 coins in the set. All Silver Eagle dollars. All are perfect. These are all graded perfectly from ANACS. And we only have 48 of them.
And that's it.
And it's $1,300 off of the regular HSN price.
Yeah, yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you. The United States government started making, in 1986, Ronald Reagan signed the Liberty Coin Act, creating the greatest, most highly collected silver coin in the history of the world, I think, in terms of collectability. And they brought it out in 1986. It was brought out originally, in essence, as a bullion coin, just for the silver. So they just made them. They were kind of haphazard about it. And they made them and they put them out. They didn't sell them directly to the United States public, still don't. They have to go through a system of authorized purchasers. And what happened is these coins just got banged around and given out for gifts and all this other stuff. The original boxes were opened up and nobody really cared that much. So nobody certified Silver Eagles in 1986, or 1987, or 1988, or 1989. As a matter of fact, nobody certified American Silver Eagles till an intrepid, semi-young numismatist in 1999, that would be me.
Oh.
Certified the first modern issue American Silver Eagles and offered them for sale.
Is that right? At
the time, the coin establishment, I started doing it in actually 98. The coin establishment was like, oh, don't be absurd. Nobody's going to certify American Silver Eagles. As a matter of fact, one of the major grading companies, I won't say who, their president did an interview and said, we will never certify an American modern issue Silver Eagle. Never. It's now the majority of their business, as it is of all the grading services, because, and we recognized it then, people were grading only the vintage coins, the old Morgan silver dollars and Walking Liberty half dollars. And we had Walking Liberty half dollars, and people wanted high-grade Walking Liberty half dollars, but they were $20,000 a piece, and people didn't have $20,000. So we started certifying in 1999, and I remember selling in 2000, I sold thousands of Mint State 70 Silver Eagles for about $59.95. Silver was $3 an ounce, okay? So for $59 and $69. Those are all those coins today. All you people that bought those, thousands of you that bought that for $59.95. By the way, that's about a $500 coin today. Okay, the 99s and the 2000s, if you still have them.
Yes.
So well done.
So you know.
So I've been doing it for that long, and it is only then in 99, 2000, 2001 that we started to go back and try to find original Silver Eagle boxes that hadn't been banged around to get them certified. And that is why I've sold this coin. I've sold a couple hundred when I can get them at the 86. I think we have them on hsn.com, $599. Okay. And that's a fantastic price. Go out there, this coin right here, yeah. I challenge you to find this coin for $1,499.95.
Just that one?
Just this coin. Mint State 70, whether it be NGC, whether it be PCGS. I know PC coins run as much as $2,000, $2,500 for this coin. Okay, this coin we're talking about, you know, $800, $900. What you will not find are these coins for $1,499.95. You will not find these 4 coins in absolutely perfect Mint State 70 condition. And people say, how do you get that done? Because to this day, we still sell, we have Mint State 69 like an auto ship here, where you get all the Silver Eagles in Mint State 69. We have literally sold thousands. I've sold tens and tens of thousands of those sets. I've got to certify those coins to get the Mint State 69s, the literally, I don't know, probably 25,000 sets I've sold over the years. Yeah. And out of that, I got like 48 of these in the last year, you know? So I had thousands of Mint State 69s, I have 48 70s. And that's how we put this together. And that's how I can be a price lesser than anybody else. Because other people are certifying this to try to get Mint State 70s only. We have use for the Mint State 69s. And we save the 70s, and that's why I can do it, do this at such an incredible price. And why we've done this price break. We've sold these in the past at $27.99.95. Here's our price break at $14.99. Save a car.
Yeah.
I mean, not a nice one, but $1,300 will buy a car, right? And so you can say it comes, of course, in the beautiful red oak presentation box. First 4 years of the American Silver Eagles. Certified absolutely, positively perfect at a price that is 100% not matchable in the marketplace, whether it be NGC, whether it be PCGS, or whether it be Annex. $14.99.95, fantastic price, historic coins, highest grade, absolutely perfect. All of the hallmarks of collectability all in one set at one incredible $1,300 off pricing.
It truly is, and we only have a few dozen of them. We literally have 4 dozen of them available to send out at this price. That's the end of this hour, but I know that you're on again tonight at 10 p.m. for another 1 hour show. You're going to see more palladium in that hour. I do want to make sure if you've seen anything in this show that you wanted, you go ahead and pick yours up so that we